Everybody, and welcome to Body, Mind, and Soul. This is Yolanda Bruce, and this is a reading for Sagittarius as a collective. We do these weekly. This is Saturday the 4th, and this is for the week ahead. Though if you are seeing this at another time, it could just be what the Spirit of God wants you to hear and the message you want to hear. So when we do these, I do a Celtic cross in the week, which is a situational type of spread. It tells me the focus of the energy, what could be a complication, a challenge, or a situation that is heavily on your mind. So the Celtic cross that we have, the situation showed as temperance and the reverse, which is extremes, excess, and lack of balance. That's your challenge. Okay, so for this week ahead, you are probably falling under the energy that is presenting itself with some of the planets. It was talking about like you just need to do things, you have to acquire things, and it could be affecting your sign prominently. So the overall energy is King of Wands, which is the big picture leader overcoming challenges. So it seems like, excuse me, this lack of balance and things that you're dealing with, the overall feel of this read is that I think that's what you want to do, is overcome these challenges. I got this hair that's like, oh, there it is. I can see it floating out there. Sorry, guys. Squirrel. So the situation is the extremes. The past, we have Five of Swords in reverse, which is talking about lingering resentments, desire to reconcile, and forgiveness. So it looks like you were wanting to, make amends with things. And then presently in this week, it's judgment, which is reflection, reckoning, and awakening. So you're going to be aware, maybe, because it's showing that the overall feel is the big picture. So I think you're going to be pondering, and maybe you're going to wake up to what's causing you these problems and what's really at the root of the things that are bothering you. Future is going to be Emperor, which is authority, structure, control, and fatherhood. So I think what is going to happen in the future is you're going to get control of these emotions or these things, or you're going to be back on top of this extreme excess lack of balance. You're going to find it probably by the end of April, I'm thinking, because usually it's a future, which could be next week, but it could even extend to just be by the end of the month. You will find that structure and the control that you're looking for. So with this situation of extremes, what you're aware of about it, which is the above, is the Fool. Innocence, new beginnings, free spirit. So there's something new, or these feelings are new. And I think that's what you're trying to get a grip on and understand. What's below is your Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords is failures, collapse, and defeat. So what's below is the things that you subconsciously may not be aware of, or that could be an underlying thing that is affecting this extremes, excess, lack of power, which this is very suiting for it, because it says failure, collapse, and defeat. So you might feel failure, collapse, and defeat within how you're doing it. So your extremes and excess and lack of balance comes from maybe like this defeat, and everything is going chaos, and underneath it all, because you're in a new beginning. So maybe something has ended chaotically, and now you're in a new beginning. But this collapse, even though you're starting something new, this collapse or this end or defeat or failure or not conquering something is what's causing this imbalance, okay? Because you are in something new, but it sounds like the past kind of is getting in the way and causing you issues. And it says for you involved in this situation, Ace of Wands, which is creation, willpower, inspiration, desire. You're desiring something new. You're creating something new, which is that innocence, new beginnings, free spirit. You're on a new path, and you are at that creation point, but I think you're having to learn how to adjust to this newness that you're having. The outside influence is Five of Cups, loss, grief, self-pity. So this is what makes me feel also like you may have lost somebody, something, some job, something has ended and a new thing has replaced it. And I feel like you have a little bit of defeat inside of you, that maybe it didn't end the way you wanted to, and there is that new beginning, and you want to create something new, but it's still that outside loss, and that maybe that other person is the one that took off. Maybe that loss is somebody leaving or something being taken from you. It could be your job. Remember, half of us lost our jobs. It could be just something that has been taken from you. The hope or fear is 8 of Swords in the reverse. And I think this is your hope because it talks about self-acceptance, new perspective, freedom. So you have definitely been released from something, whether it's a way of thinking, a person, a job, a situation. And I feel like, or you want it, but you want the freedom that comes with being separate in this new things. Outcome, which means this situation of this extreme excess lack of balance. It says Page of Pentacles, which is ambitions, desire, and diligence. So I'm thinking that with this diligence of working toward it and wanting something better and this new creation, this innocence, you're going to find it. You're going to get that control and that balance probably by the end of the month, which could also mean, by the end of the month, you might get your finances situated. You might get this relation going or this new thing. You might have finally adjusted to it. You also have to consider this newness, this full thing could be you at home having to deal with life at home that you haven't had to deal with. And you might finally get a grip on it because you didn't choose to leave. It got taken from you. You were in a, sorry. You were in a situation where you didn't have control over it. It was you were defeated. You were taken out. Take it as it resonates, guys. Whatever you feel, because tarot can be you or someone that's directly intertwined with you. So you know what's happening in your life. Take these cards and these things. They work in reference. It's not specifics. I give you examples of what it could be. So for your advice, you have 4 of Water, dreaming and introspection. That's that creation. Contemplation, trusting in the abundance of opportunities. 6 of Water you got 2 cards. Was nostalgia, sweet memories, old flames, yearning for the security of the good old days. So I think your good old days have finished and now you're going into this new thing and it's some adjustment. You are going to have to work on just remembering the sweet things, but you're moving to a new thing, okay? So for your past energy, you have yin. This is the feminine energy. This is the more going for it type of energy. And that could be things related to the femininity of thinking, feelings, emotions, and that's what you're dealing with. Your present is the yang, but it's in reverse. So this is the act of sitting back and allowing. This is the masculine energy. Because then you've got chaos and conflict. So I feel that the reason this, like I said, there was that defeat, this chaos and conflict. I think you're just kind of holding back and just letting things unfold. You're just trying to get, like I said, extremes, excess, lack of balance, where usually the masculine energy is more aggressive, more like, yes, no, it's more definitive and it's in a box. So that could be just that there's some chaos and conflict. And chaos and conflict could just mean it's just stirring things up, because it says extremes. Chaos comes from unorder. If you don't have your life in order, you're going to have some conflict and chaos. Your future is no place like home. It kind of came out on the side, so I'm thinking there's no place like home, but this could be where some of it is coming from, because if you have it down, it's like trying to find your place, trying to, get past those extremes. So I think no place like home in your future is where your focus is going to be, trying to fit in. It's trying to be comfortable with who you are. When you're at home with yourself, you are accepting. And I think that's part of what's happening. You are going to accept, good or bad, you're going to accept where you're at. Okay? And you're going to accept who you are, where you've come, what you've become, and that whole deal. Now, your home is go the distance. And I really feel like this is the part of your life that is being challenged. And I think it's saying go the distance. It's go the long run. Just keep your diligence, fight for what you want, fight for the new things. Your home life, you may have to redo. Maybe that's where the chaos is. Maybe you have to go the distance and fight and just bullet right through. And go the distance could also mean when you're not working, you need to just make the best of it. You need to keep going. Okay? Keep going. This is your love. And this talks about clean it up. This is taking a look and assessing the things in your life that you need and you don't need. And if it's in love, maybe you need to see what you came in with and what you are not needing anymore. If it's love and you're possibly dealing with maybe a transformation of a relationship, it's time to take a look at your life with this person or this emotional or this love and see what's working and what's not. See if it's something that you need to get, that no longer serves you and you don't want to do that anymore. Take it as it resonates. Usually it's talking about cleaning things up and cleaning out the clutter and removing the things that you no longer need, okay? This is your career, and it's saying not for you. So when this has happened, it's usually coming up because it's saying, because it's not happening is nothing of your doing. Some things are withheld from us for a reason. It's not the time. It's not for you maybe now, or it might not ever be the time for you. So if you're dealing with a career, know that it's in your best interest. That's what the card talks about, that it's not for you, but it's not for you because it's been held from you specifically, or it's not yours to have, okay? And that might be hard to hear. That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's your job. Maybe something got taken from you or you have to start over new, or I don't know. But this is saying it's not for you. This is your finances. So finances, when they get all that glitters, is making sure you're reading between the fine lines, making sure you're not seeking after what everybody has because it looks all glittery and perfect. It's like going in, it talked about going in and mining the mines for all the gold until it's gone and then just leaving it. So making sure that what you're seeking after, and this like looking at other people, and don't be jealous of other people. Don't be looking at their stuff. You need to look at your life and assess what you want or need in your life. And this also speaks about with finances, if you're signing contracts, make sure that you're reading all the fine print to make sure that there's not something hidden, that this looks like a great deal, like, woo, this is great, like too good to be true. Yeah, that's what you need to address. When you sign off, or you're maybe trying to get a loan to help you with your stuff, you're getting a new job, whatever it might be that would affect your finances, make sure that you're seeing all the fine print and all the things that are in the package deal, so that it doesn't come out later to haunt you or be like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize this was a part of it. Okay, so your overall advice, I think, for this week is just get your stuff in order. Accept what has happened or what has progressed, and what are you going to do about it? Whether it's good or bad, whether you've broke up or you've life has fallen apart, someone has passed away, whatever, you've lost your job, now is the rebuilding time, okay? The advice says acknowledge and heal old wounds. Put the past in the past and work towards your new future. That's what I'm getting from this. Guys, it's been great. We will be back next week with your stuff. Hopefully everything unfolds and gets structured and gets back to where it needs to be. If you have any questions or concerns, definitely reach out. We're on Out and About on Facebook. And then I always put my email on the bottom. So if you want to comment or reach out or you need something, definitely do it. Have a great week, guys. We'll see you soon.